We all need teachers to guide us, but there are teachers who will set limitation of your mind, your soul, your imagination, your creativity, the things that technically is your enemy of growth, your enemy of greatness. I was looking at the quote, trying to figure out um, what I wanted to say because oftentimes I was trying to revisit watching Jet Li when he was at his prime, um, and Jet Li is all his movie is very vastly different from Jackie Chan, right? Jackie Chan is full of comedy, and of course, Jackie Chan. He had blooper at the end, right? Jackie Chan would do his own stunt. I remember in the video, one thing that it's different from Jet Li to Jackie Chan. Jackie Chan, uh, his video, what was it? His movie Rumble in the Bronx. Um, I love that movie where I remember Jackie Chan do the Mo Young Jung or wooden dummy, right? And he hadn't practiced for a while, and there was a kid with a wheelchair, and he saw, I guess Jackie Chan start doing the wooden dummy, but Jackie Chan jump off like the clip, like from the building onto damn, but he broke his leg. Um, anyway, Jet Li, I felt I was kind of disappointed in my opinion, I was disappointed. Like, I know that he's been sick for a while, and it sucks. I love all most of his movie when I was a kid, when I was around hmm, either 8 or 9. I remember there was a, so I think I was watching a TV, and then the movie of Jet Li couple time turned on. I mean, see, most people would hate TV because television program your mind for not success, but more for failures and fears. But I'm grateful actually for the way that they program my mind. Otherwise, I would be like most adults in the world who don't use and apply their imagination. Imagination is very, very powerful if you understand how to use it. And most people would say, I don't knock on the woo woo thing. Here's the thing, you have to at least use that woo woo thing to the practical side of life. Otherwise, if you like, just with all the fluff, what end up happening is that's what happened to most people who go into these things and they never actually achieve anything significant other than just knowing about it, and then they would be on the sideline of life. So Jet Li had this quote, and why am I disappointed? Because I wish that he wasn't sick, and I wish that because he did a movie with Jack Ma and with all the other martial artists, like famous martial artists. Was Sammo Hung in there? And I think Wu Jing was in there, right? Was Wu Jing in there? I can't remember, but I know Jack Ma was in there, the billionaire of China or whatever. Uh, he's a billionaire, right? Okay. And anyway, and like all the so when I was a kid, the movie came on with he was in the I guess Shaolin Temple, and he was what were they monks? I haven't watched it for a while, but it was they what the title is like what Twin Warriors, or then they turn to Tai Chi Master, and but toward so they would like get in trouble and they would get fights with the monks, and they would get kicked out. I remember that, and I was like, oh shit, they're fighting monks, man! Holy goddamn shit, they're fighting monks. And then as Tom grow, his friends become his enemy, you know. But in the other one, Fist of Legend was one of my favorites. Shenzhen, right? Kind of from the What I meant was Chinese, because I think it's also the same thing as Chinese Connection, from Bruce Lee, but changed, right? So all these movie, it was at his prime, it was at his best, right? And then after that, he stopped making movie, and I was so disappointed, right? Um, because I want to see more of Jet Li in it, right? But Jackie Chan has make tons of movie, right? From American movies. I hate it when he's like Jet Li is good when he's like making films in like China, while American, I don't like it as much. Especially the American movie with Jet Li on the movie Unleashed. It's okay, it's gruesome, but I don't like it as much because it's not like eh. So in his quote, he would say, "When I was 10, I'm afraid of my teacher. 20. When he was 20, I began to realize teachers are just people like everyone else. When he was 30, I start to think the significance of being a teacher. 40, I appreciate every teacher I met. Now I'm now I'm what 50. Everyone is my teacher. I think that too many oftentimes. I think that teachers has the ability to destroy or to uh, give you the gift of the experience that you would need in life. I think that too often time. That's why uh, teachers who so everybody is a teacher in some way. Teachers not only teach, but they also influence you, right? Everybody influence you, so everybody is a teacher, whether for good or bad. Um, and these things that influence you, not just influence you just for a moment. It doesn't. It will last a lifetime. So, what type of effect do you want to have in the world? Like, uh, all of you guys who are listening to this, you're a teacher. What would you like? Most people want to leave the world with legacy, like Gary Vee. But with each interaction with people, what would you leave people with, right? The gift of limitation or the gift of expansion? Because we all can do that. We're all teaching somebody. Now, most people say you shouldn't learn from losers. I disagree. Losers, like at one point, everybody was a loser, or there's no such thing as loser if you put it that way. Okay, there's nobody or ever. You know what? Actually, when you were a kid, when you were born into this world, you were never a loser. You were pure. You were engineered to win. You were engineered to not lose. You were engineered to not be afraid of failure or afraid of something. You always get backed up on your feet. I just watched. I was amazed, right? I was like, huh. My nephew just be able to walk now, and I was like, huh. You know what happened? What ended up happening is that we have all this like what's this called? Ideas and gunk in our mind. What end up happening is we uh, like it's in deep in our mind, like deep in subconscious. So teachers, whether it's from books, whether it's from spiritual teachers, law of attraction teachers, entrepreneurs, or any other teacher, but they have to be the teacher that see in each situation is also a teacher. Your circumstances, the environment, the people that you work with, co-worker, or these are teachers. These situations are teachers. Why? Because they're teaching you something. There's always something to learn, right? And the moment that you realize that you feel sad, right? The only reason why you should feel like most of the world that they could have been doing the things that they absolutely want, right? They're doing things for the wrong reason. They're doing things because uh, someone else say that they couldn't do it. Someone else say that um, don't do this. This is the wrong path, right? But how do they know if it's the wrong path for you? Like, the thing is that we teach us, we need to, oh crap. When we inject knowledge or inject from different source of teachers, right? We can always learn from people who are not like us, or that's why I'm able to learn from different sources, not just entrepreneurs. I used to learn law of attraction, so it's alright, spiritual teachers, but also from principles of martial artists, right? Because they have principles that you can learn from that cause you to think about life, not just from the reason why it's flexible to be able to combine these things, right? To understand, like, I wanted to learn outside of the industry of personal development, and I think I talk about this a lot, so I can see a variety of things that people can't see. And then, because there are patterns within an industry, a card game industry can also apply it into the personal development industry or to teach, because I want to do that. Because there's there's similarity that we can learn from, and that is my spirituality, right? That I can see these things so I can inject it into a video. Now I wish that Jet Li wouldn't get sick and it suck, you know. And man, that guy can, like, when he was in Kiss of the Dragon, yo, that guy can fight, man. They said in the I guess behind the scene of Jet Li, they were saying, yo, he was so fast that they didn't they I think that they don't need to cut it or something, or they just that was the like really great one. So I hopefully, man, it just pains me that that Jet Li can't become better. Like, oh, goddamn, man. Anyway, I think that the key to success and failures are the way that you teach yourself uh, the tools to be able to reach uh, the inner world and apply it to the outer world. Because somehow, some way, we got to incorporate these spirituality within us, or spirituality or whatever, into something that um, create meaningful things for people. Otherwise, if I just side with spirituality people or law of attraction, it won't help them, because it doesn't, like, I am who I am at the core. I am who I am, but that doesn't necessarily mean that I'll, like, yeah, sure, people can repeat vibration, vibration, vibrate, and I can teach you that. But the problem is, you won't be able, you still think, like most law of attraction people still think average thoughts. Like, it, for example, if they go into this, they want to attract the things, whatever, to make life easier, whatever. And to get to the next level, they have to work tremendously hard on their mind, their development, right? And their growth. What end up happening is they think average thoughts, they think average things. So they don't end up creating the meaningful things in life that lit them up. So that's pretty much my thoughts for today for Jet Li. Damn you, Jet Li! Why? Why don't you create more movies?